Logical fallacy, red herring. A red herring is a type of logical fallacy that occurs when an argument is introduced to distract from the original topic. Essentially, a red herring is a misleading or irrelevant piece of information that is used to divert attention from the real issue. This type of fallacy is commonly used in debates, discussions, and even in advertising and politics to steer the conversation away from the main topic and towards another one that is easier to argue or defend. In this essay, we will explore the nature of the red herring fallacy, some common examples of this fallacy, and how to avoid it. The term red herring comes from the practice of using a strong-smelling fish to distract hunting dogs from the scent of their prey. In the same way, a red herring argument is used to distract people from the main topic of discussion. Red herring fallacies are often used to manipulate the emotions of the audience and to create a false impression of the argument. This fallacy can be used intentionally or unintentionally, but either way, it can cause confusion and derail the conversation. One of the most common examples of the red herring fallacy is in politics. Politicians often use this fallacy to divert attention away from their own shortcomings and towards another issue that is easier to defend. For example, if a politician is accused of corruption, they may redirect the conversation towards a different topic, such as the need for increased funding for education or healthcare. By doing so, they hope to steer the conversation away from the topic of corruption and towards something that is less damaging to their reputation. Another example of the red herring fallacy is in advertising. Advertisers often use this fallacy to distract from the flaws of their products and instead focus on a different, positive aspect. For example, an ad for a fast food chain might show images of happy families enjoying their meals together, even though the food itself may be unhealthy and low quality. By using a red herring, the ad distracts from the real issue of the quality of the food and instead creates a positive emotional response in the viewer. There are several different types of red herring fallacies. One of the most common is the straw man fallacy, in which an argument is misrepresented or distorted in order to make it easier to attack. Another type is the ad hominem fallacy, in which the character of the person making the argument is attacked rather than the argument itself. In both cases, the goal is to distract from the real issue and create a false impression of the argument. To avoid the red herring fallacy, it is important to stay focused on the main topic of discussion and to recognize when an argument is being diverted. One way to do this is to ask questions and challenge the argument when it seems to be straying from the main point. It is also important to avoid using red herrings yourself and to stick to the facts and evidence when making an argument. By doing so, you can help ensure that the conversation stays focused and productive, and that the real issues are addressed. In conclusion, the red herring fallacy is a common and often effective way of distracting from the main topic of discussion. It is used in politics, advertising, and other areas of life to create a false impression of an argument and to divert attention away from the real issues. To avoid this fallacy, it is important to stay focused on the main topic, to recognize when an argument is being diverted, and to challenge the use of red herrings when necessary. By doing so, we can ensure that the conversation stays on track and that the real issues are addressed in a productive and meaningful way.